innovation, the future. Big scary words, huh?
Well, you caught me at quite the time. I'm out here crafting the perfect 3D Mario game because, well, it's been over 4 years since the last major 3D Mario, and I figured if I can, why not make it myself? I have to take into account innovation, the most important part. Well, without further ado, Mario is no stranger to innovation. Over the years, Mario has defined multiple genres of video games. Back in 1985, Mario defined the 2D platformers with the classic Super Mario Bros. On the NES. Super Mario Bros. Showcased amazing level design with fluid physics and an easy-to-grasp premise. But after playing Mario, the only way was to go up. Now, I'm not really going to get into Mario 2, either of the Mario 2 games, because they're more of a gray area of innovation. But Super Mario Bros. 3 really did it. Super Mario Bros. 3 showed off some amazing new game-changing power-ups, bright and colorful graphics, a world map, a ton of new enemies, and well, just simply overall improved the last Mario game. Then Nintendo jumped consoles and released Super Mario World. As time went on, Mario games would come out, not really making the last one obsolete, but making the newest the go-to Mario. But then, of course, Nintendo released another console. At this time, 3D graphics were everything, and everyone was doing it, so it only made sense to look at Mario and go, when can this be 3D? It only made sense to throw Mario's hat, this is a joke that'll make sense later, into the ring. So Nintendo developed a new type of Mario, a 3D platformer, a new Mario game with a new axis, and it was phenomenal. Super Mario 64 single-handedly redefined the platforming genre as a whole. Once again, Mario not only innovated, but innovated the entire genre. Mario 64, while instead of being a bunch of platforming levels due to console restrictions, the game had less, more open levels with multiple objectives inside of it. While the game was a completely different thing, it still felt like just a Mario game. And Mario had voice lines. After Mario 64, the thought was, okay, that was sick, but we've already jumped into the third dimension, so where to now? So, the GameCube came out and everyone wanted to know what Mario was going to do next. Well, after saving the princess, next on Mario's list was apparently going to, well, clean. Okay, but anyway, next was Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine introduced the Flood Pack. Now, whether this is for better or for worse is up to you, but it was definitely different. Mario could now hover, which was completely different from the last 3D Mario. But I can almost guarantee you nobody expected the developers to look at Mario Sunshine and Mario 64 and say, okay, I love what you're doing here, but hear me out. Now hear me out. What if he was in space? And oh my goodness, am I glad they did, because Super Mario Galaxy, in my opinion, is still the most perfect video game. Mario in space is such a perfect environment. Why? Because of the endless possibilities of the endless void of space. The game was set to have a more dramatic opening and feeling with a fully orchestrated soundtrack. Super Mario Galaxy, in my opinion, is still the perfect video game. Honestly, at that point, there wasn't any innovation left. So they made a sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, almost as good as Super Mario Galaxy. But it didn't really innovate, because to be fair, it was just because they had so many ideas from Super Mario Galaxy, I don't think the plan was to innovate. Because why would they? So, with Mario being one of the biggest gaming icons, everyone was wondering, where to next? Well, the 3DS needed a pull to buy it, so a 3D Mario was announced for the 3DS, and that was a huge deal all on its own. 3D Mario on a portable console? That's massive! Then, we got a trailer. The trailer showed that Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS was going to be more linear. It was going to feel a bit more like the 2D Marios rather than the 3D Marios. And to be fair, it made sense because it was on the 3DS. So, nothing huge to innovate per se, but it all made sense. It was on a handheld. But then it was announced that a 3D Mario would be released for the Wii U, and the possibilities were almost endless. Where could Mario go next? So, a new 3D Mario got announced, and it looked just like Super Mario 3D Land, and the world seemed to stop. Everyone was not happy. Well, except for me. I was so excited for 3D World. But the world was not. It didn't seem to like that Mario was not going to innovate for his next 3D experience. It seemed like just another Mario game. It seemed way too safe for a big 3D Mario, and while I loved the game, 3D World is my favorite game, it did not get the attention it deserved until recently, but as I said before, it really didn't innovate much. I mean, besides the multiplayer, we're not here to talk about 3D World that much. But I will later. Anywho, Mario went into this gray area, and I don't mean the series. Mario, of course, kept coming out with games, but I mean the 3D platformers. This was a weird era for Nintendo anyway. But then, in 2017, Super Mario Odyssey was announced, and the hype for it was amazing. The game looked like what everyone had wanted. The trailer showed what looked like Mario jumping into the real world. When I say everyone was excited, I mean it. But then, the second trailer dropped, and it just showed how much this game was going to innovate from the last. The capture mechanic, the vocals, everything. The capture mechanic changed up the game constantly. It was such a neat mechanic, and yet another fantastic Mario game. While Odyssey still feels fresh, it released 4 years ago. Wow. Anywho, it was Mario's 35th anniversary. Oh, goodness gracious, Mario's 35th anniversary was almost 2 years ago. Anywho, on Mario's 35th anniversary, not only a 3D Mario collection was released, but also Mario 3D World was coming to the Switch with an added game mode, Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury didn't really feel like a full game, of course, but it still felt like a whole new experience for Mario. But when I say it didn't feel like a full game, I meant it felt like a test run. An innovative test run, but with that, the real question is, what was next for Mario's 3D adventures? What are you looking at me for? Why would I know? Okay, but in all seriousness, since Bowser's Fury was released, I keep hearing all this talk about it being the future of 3D Mario, and honestly, if that's the case, they really need to fix some things. Now, I'm not hating on Bowser's Fury because I loved it, but it felt a little too empty, and that's my main fear here. I'm terrified that the game will be too empty with too little to do. Here's what I mean. I loved Bowser's Fury the first time. The idea of a ton of little collectibles like cat shines kind of kills the replay value for me. Think about it. I see the problem in Odyssey as well. Take a level in Super Mario 64 example and throw it up against a kingdom in Mario Odyssey. With the way Super Mario 64 designs levels shows that it doesn't have to be linear while still having replay value. Like in Mario 64, you can enter a level on a hunt for 1 star and leave with another. Each level feels like a platforming challenge, while Odyssey, on the other hand, each level feels like a lived-in world. While that is great, it kills the platforming challenge. In games like Odyssey and Bowser's Fury, platforming isn't super engaging to return to, simply because when you go to play it again, there isn't any objective. An objective is really important in replayability. I can hop into a level with an objective and do that, while Odyssey and Bowser's Fury, on the other hand, you could jump around an open plane for about 10 minutes and probably get bored and go do something else. But that is more of what I want. When I look at a game, I look at how much fun I can get out of it, which is why replayability is so very important to me. But in reality, if we look at the direction 3D Mario is going, I think it's going to be more of an evolved and fleshed out version of Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury felt like a test run with a neat spin. I don't think we'll see any more of Fury Bowser, but instead I think we'll get a huge interconnected world. As cool as that sounds, and as cool as it would be, I would hope the interconnected world would be filled with things to do. But what I'm unfortunately expecting is something like a larger Bowser's Fury. I think it's going to be a huge interconnected world, yes, but unfortunately, I feel like there's going to be a couple little platforming challenges and a giant open plane between them. If this happens, I think it would seriously kill the replayability aspect. I would still be excited for the game and have a great time playing it. Well, I would have a great time playing it for the first time, but if it's a giant open plane with collectibles in it, once you collect all the collectibles, there's no reason to go back. You jump around for 10 minutes and that's it. A huge open plane with collectibles is not that replayable. Not as replayable as a bunch of different levels filled with little stars like Mario 64. But again, that could be my opinion. Also, with the talk of future 3D Mario, I've heard the rumors about Super Mario Odyssey 2. Now, there's no big rumors, it's just, it could happen, but if this happens, there's a lot that can be fixed here. If Odyssey 2 happens, I would like to see some new sweet outfits and captures, but most importantly, all I want out of Super Mario Odyssey 2 would be to finally utilize the moveset. Mario Odyssey has an amazing moveset, and it was the biggest wasted opportunity I have ever seen. It was never utilized to its full potential. The platforming was just way too simple and mindless, while Mario, on the other hand, was wahooing his way through just a flat plane. It was a crime to see Mario's moveset go that underutilized. There's so many cap jumps and all different neat combinations that went to waste. While I would still love and enjoy an Odyssey 2, I think I would prefer if we got something else. Now, no matter what happens, you know I'm going to love and enjoy the next Mario game. It's going to be so much fun. It's Mario, but I can have hopes and dreams, right? So let's talk about it. My biggest dream for another 3D Mario game is multiplayer. By that, I mean good multiplayer. Nothing like Player 2 being Cappy or Aluma. No, I mean like throw Luigi in and let two of you run around in the same game together. Split screen would be amazing, but I get if it won't. But I would be ecstatic if we got another multiplayer 3D Mario. On that note, a 4-player battle mode would be super cool. You know, like coin battle, or I wouldn't care. Any like 4-player battle mode, but my dream would be Star Battle, the Star Battle from New Super Mario Bros. DS with the 4 players in a 3D environment. Now that would be a dream come true. Other than multiplayer, I think Super Mario Galaxy still has the best setup and design choices. So if we got a Galaxy 3 or something along the lines of that, it would be amazing. But honestly, most of all, for the next 3D Mario, I would want it as a fun 3D platformer like the rest of them. It's Mario, and you know I'm gonna enjoy it.
Oh. Did I do it? Oh. Guys, I think I did it. I think I created the perfect 3D Mario. Ah, dang it. I made Geon Cube again.